Okay, beauties, editing Aaliyah here. So I completely forgot that I didn't make an intro for this video. So, hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Aaliyah Raven, but since we're now internet friends, you can call me Lee. Now let's jump right into this video. Okay, so I know I'm looking crazy, but I got a system and it's coming together, okay? So today we're doing a 3-strand twist. I'm gonna attempt to show you guys how to do it because I know like a lot of people don't know how to do 3-strand twists. This isn't a hair tutorial. I'm gonna still kind of like try to slow it down so anybody who wants to learn can catch some tea. So what I want to talk about today is mental health for me. Again, like in my previous video, which if you didn't watch, you should probably watch that one first to understand what type of journey I'm on now. I wanted to start out with this video so people could like understand why I want mental health to be like a source on my platform. Real quick, I'm just tell y'all what I'm using. So Camille Rose, we love her. The Fresh Curl Rejuvenating Hair Smoother, kind of like a curl cream. It's bomb, you should try it. Then I'm using the Dad Advanced Climate Control Heat and Humidity Gel. I know it says gel, but it's not like really a gel. It's just, I don't know how to describe it, but I like it. And these two together give me like a moussey effect that have my curls definition, hydration popping, okay? So managing my mental health. For you to understand how I manage it, I have to start with before of how mental health became like something that was like to be taken serious for me. I'm just gonna sum it all up and say that I was misunderstood, which turned into me being underestimated. Real quick intermission. Got my 3 pieces, right? Take them like you gonna braid something, loop them over each other, and then, you just keep doing this, girl. You just keep and doing that. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, I was misunderstood, meaning like, for one, I didn't and still kind of don't know really how to express myself, like what I'm feeling, what I'm trying to say to get my point across. Like I struggle with that still, but like it used to be bad back in the day, you hear me? People just used to like kind of walk all over me, family, friends, and then people who like would meet me and like kind of get a gist of my personality, and they be like, oh yeah, she's naive. I could say whatever, I can do whatever, I can make her do whatever. I mean, like, I had common sense, I couldn't do whatever, but you know what I'm saying? So I was very misunderstood. And it got to the point where like I started to internalize that and believe that about myself. It was giving, I didn't have self-confidence and like I didn't truly love myself. A big piece of me feeling like I'm misunderstood is the whole like thing that I have a bad attitude or I'm just a flat out bitch, which is not true. As a child, I was the youngest of everybody. Cousins, the siblings, the everybody. So everybody wanted to keep stuff from the baby. So I was always like muffled. That contributed to me not knowing how to express myself coming into my own, because it was like I was so shut down all the time as a kid and so like pushed to the side. I was like, I don't really want to, like say things to people because they just gonna think I'm this or I'm that or whatever. Then I internalized it to where like I would bottle up my feelings, kind of wear things on my face. I know now that I'm a very, very emotional person. But back then, I didn't want people to see me cry. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna not say anything and wear it on my face. And then my body language, so then people were like, oh, like she just walking around like a mad ass all the time. But that was not it. It was just like, really, I just didn't know how to express my true feelings about certain things. I used to think a lot about what people thought, and I didn't want people to be mad at me. Like, that's what it was. So in my mind, I'm like, I want to say this, but I don't want to be disrespectful. Like, this is how I feel, or that hurt my feelings, or whatever. But like, I don't know how to tell you that. Girl, I was so misunderstood. That turned into being underestimated because I was, again, pushed to the back burner, just like my childhood. Where like, people were like, I really didn't have anything to offer, so whatever. And then again, I internalized that. Now, I understand all of that. Obviously, back then, I didn't 100% know it. Like, of course, I had a little voice in the back of my head, but, like, who knew what that voice was at 15, 16? They say your 20s, you're figuring things out. When you in high school, the high school age, girl, you figuring it all out, okay? Like, you don't know nothing. Not a thing, okay? Even though I know that I've grown as a person, that shit still kind of lives on my mental sometimes. It's gotten to the point where, like, I'll have conversations with people that are close to me, and I'll literally like shut a conversation down, or I'll turn into that mad ass because I'm like, I don't want to continue talking about what we're talking about because it's taking me back to that person that I fought so hard to not be anymore. High school me was messed up, but then the beginning of college, because the end of college I kind of perked up a little bit, but at the beginning of college I was still that same high school kid. So, and it was worse because I had freedom. So I like to forget that she even existed sometimes. That's just not who I want to be anymore. That's not who I want to have in my head of this is who I am, because it's not. And like I said, I fought so hard to grow. Like I fought myself to grow and change that narrative and give people a different perspective of me when I'm not in the room, you know, stuff like that. So I never want to be brought back to that person, but I have to understand, and I recently had this like epiphany. I have to understand that she did exist though. And yes, like you're not that person anymore, and that's great, but she did exist and you can't run from her. So even though like I used to run from my problems, I used to run from things and bottle them up, and that's why I used to wear it on my face. Just like with any situation, you have to sit with it and acknowledge it, but don't dwell on it. That's where people really, really mess up, when they dwell on certain feelings or emotions or, you know, things that come at them. You have to acknowledge it. You can't run from things. I've learned that like, that's not healthy, sis. It happened. She happened. Acknowledge it. Learn something from it. What was the like? Pinpoint it. Break it down. What was the mistake? What was the lesson? What did we learn to not do? What did we learn to do? You get what I'm saying? But don't dwell there. That's the biggest piece of that. Okay, so bags are done. I obviously move up to the front. Continuing to what I was saying, moving forward to the now, I walk in my truth. I acknowledge that she used to be this person. She's not that person anymore, but that person is a part of her journey because she learned a lot. I do not live my life with regrets. I walk through life and I say I don't regret anything. If you walked in my shoes and you knew the things that I've been through, you'd be like, you sure you don't regret some of that, sis? Like 100% wish that I could have handled things different. And girl, I'm over here trying to make a middle part when I know that when my hair gets like fluffy, it starts to get voluminous and the part just goes away. But I try it every time and it never fails. But anyway, I don't regret anything that happened because I've learned, or I'm gonna say this, I don't regret the lessons I've learned. That's the key right there. I do understand that some things didn't have to happen to the extremes that they did, but maybe that was God's plan. Like, hey, it won't hit you if I don't do it in this extreme. Moving forward in this topic to today, I told myself moving out of that season that, you know, I would stand in my voice. I would find my voice and stand in it, and, you know, not let people walk over me. Understand that I have strength. Understand who the hell I am. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm somebody to be messed with, and whether you want to stick around and find out or know it or not, it's totally your business. But for me, I know that I come with some creativity. I'm loud, like I'm shy, but I'm loud once you get to know. Like once I'm comfortable, you know, like I'm an observer, so I'm gonna sure observe the scene. But once I get comfortable, I'm like, oh, hey girl, what's up? I'm just unapologetically lead. That's what I kind of say all the time to myself. It's not a flex or a cool play around with my name. It's just literally like something I have to remind myself, like, be unapologetically lead. Be unapologetically lead, because you only get one life to live, girl. That's it. Now, do I have it all figured out? No. That's why I'm documenting this series and bringing it to y'all. So I'm bringing y'all my past lessons, the things that I've learned and grown through, but I'm also not 100% there. I'm still gonna bring you guys on the journey, because it's me giving you guys what I've learned in the past, but also like the real in the life moments too. Like, oh, I'm still learning. I'm just like you, baby. I do not have this figured out. We are on a journey together. Okay? If y'all found a way to cope with something I'm talking about, and you like, oh no, girl, I did this. You know, like this helped me. I'm gonna be like, oh, tell me more. Okay? Like, I don't have it all figured out. A true estimate of that is the fact that I do deal with depression, and I have my moments where like I go into a full depressive state. I withdraw from life, and that's the easiest way to sum it up. Even though I've kind of learned how to like navigate through them and push through them, you know, with certain practices, pouring into God, things like that, it's still not 100%. So that's how I know that I need some help, and like I need to restart therapy and like, you know, have a breakthrough and just, you know, but seriously, figure it out. Like, it's hard, and this is where I'm gonna talk about, I guess, aspiring to be an entrepreneur. Like, I post content because yes, like I love creativity. I love it, okay? I don't create these videos just to, oh, it's cute, give me some clout. It's not about that, girl. I just honestly love creativity. The way that I get to share, you know, whatever I'm sharing, a fashion haul, a hair tutorial, talking about some real ish. I love how people resonate with it and they're like, they accept it. You know what I'm saying? And that may trigger back to my trauma of not being accepted, not being heard, being underestimated. Like, oh my God, y'all are accepting this, but it's not even like, oh, it's an acceptance. It's just like, you're resonating with it and it's helping you. Even if it's just like, oh my God, the video was so satisfying, I could watch it all day. Like, I'm helping you. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody needs a little mental health help. Everybody needs a little, you know, everybody needs a place. And I just love that I get to be that place for people, you know, on a small scale, but still, girl, it still counts. It still counts. I'm saying that, yeah, I make content for those reasons, but also like I am not meant for a corporate America setting for the rest of my life. Like a 9 to 5 is just not where I'm at, and that's just because I exude creativity. Like I'm not I don't see myself as the most creative person in the whole world. Like, girl, not the heat damage, Jesus. Thought I was doing better with my curly cut, girl, but I gotta go see my girl again. But I'm not for corporate America. And I have a degree, yes, and I went through college, yes, and I understand how business works to an extent. Like, I don't know every little nook and cranny, but that's what my degree is in. So, like, I hope I spend my money well and I understand something. So, basically, what I'm trying to say with that long-winded explanation is I want to make my creativity my job, and I want to get paid for it. That's what I mean when I say that I'm aspiring to be an entrepreneur, because I want to take this content creation, this mogul mentality lifestyle, and make it into a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like multiple streams of income. That's what it's giving. And that's what I want for myself. So because I want that, I feel like I have to grind, go, post this, hop on this trend. And like, I'm not going to post anything. Like, do what I want to do, but it's like, I got to do it. And because I battle with depression, it's like, if I'm go all the time, baby, did you forget to breathe? Did you forget to take a mental health day? Do some self-care? Hang out with your man? Call your friend on FaceTime because y'all don't live in the same state no more? Like, did you forget to call up your brother, call up your mom? Like, did you forget to... And I get there and I get so depressed because I'm so overwhelmed. Like my body just be like, shut down. It's not even like a me thing. Like my mind is like, wait, what's happening? And my body's like, girl, I'm literally gonna ache. Like I literally get body aches when I'm in my depressive state because my body's like, I'm literally gonna ache because you're not hearing me. You're not here with me. We're not on the same page. So I say all that to say I do not have it figured out, but I'm on this journey to help somebody else, yes, but also kind of like work through my thoughts, breathe through it. Like I'm really gonna watch these videos after I post them like I ain't never seen them, because it's like this is a part of my creative process. It's like I learned like breaks, you can take them. You don't need to be in grind mode all the time. Like, yes, you're aspiring to be an entrepreneur and that's what you want to do in life, and that takes grind and grit and hard work, but do not burn yourself out. Do not go on full burnout, because baby, let me tell you something, that is not a happy place. All right, y'all, just like that, she's done. Now that might have took me 3-4 hours, and I'm not over exaggerating either. Ooh, natural hair is a process, but I'm done. And I just want to come on and say, look what gloves will do for you. There is, if it is, it's probably a little bit, but nothing on my hands. My nails aren't crummy. I have a slight phobia of wet hair, and like, don't come for me. I get that I do natural hair and like that doesn't make any sense, but it's stems from my childhood traumas. I'm gonna do an episode in this documentary series thing I'm doing here of childhood trauma, because it's come up a lot in this conversation. But anyway, hands are clean, hair is done. Now it's time to set it and finish this conversation. Girl. So the hair is done. It's giving definition, it's giving hydration, it's giving volume. Back to the topic. So to sum up the whole topic here, I really just, like I said, I wanted to give everybody a background of why mental health has become such a forefront for me personally and why I want to share it on my platform. I don't think that mental health by any means is anything that needs to be taken lightly. For me to get the message across that you should address your mental health every day, even if it's just like something small, like writing in a journal or meditating or doing something, one thing that makes you happy during the day, I had to talk about it. And just expressing my journey is good reflection for me, but also I could help somebody, you know, that's struggling with a certain problem or has a certain trauma that I spoke about or I'm gonna speak about in, you know, videos to come, and they're like, wow, like I can't believe somebody else understands. And like that's the end all be all. Yes, mental health's the topic, but like it's great to have someone that you can relate to, and like I don't know, it's comforting to have somebody you can relate to and then also feel like they understand me, they get me. To sum up like my my story that I shared, very much understand that there's a lot that I struggled with back then and I probably still struggle with now. The biggest part of it for me right now is the fact that I am in a season of growth. So reflection is great. Reflecting back to that person that I was right now is it's a good thing. Like I used to reflect on my past and dwell there, and then I would let it consume me. But I don't do that anymore, and that's a sign of growth for me because I look at those situations and I'm like, this is how I came out of it. These are the obstacles that I faced. To me, that's great because you never want to forget where you came from because that's a part of you. That's a part of your story, you know, like the legacy that you're going to live, that's a part of it. So it's like, yes, reflection is great, but never let it consume you. And once you start to build on it, that's how you know, like, oh, I'm growing as a person. And I see those little things in me every day. If it comes from me seeing growth in my maturity where like someone cuts me off and like I'm just like, you know, whatever, I'm gonna pray for them. Or if it's something like a friendship that no longer serve me, or any type of relationship that no longer serve me, and I'm able to walk away from it without like questioning it or whatever. If it ultimately does not serve me, like if that's the final answer, then like at this stage of my life, I'm okay with walking away from it. I've learned that letting go of things that no longer serve you is the best thing that you can do for your life. Until you let go, God can't bless you. Because it's like God doesn't bless who you pretend to be, who you pretend to be to hang out with those people, who you pretend to be to have clout and all this pretending and phoniness. He can't bless that person. He blesses the real you. So until you let go and find the ultimate happiness, the ultimate you, the ultimate peace, he can't give you more. He can't give you a blessing because ultimately you're blocking yourself from him. Again, it just feels great to get to a place where I feel comfortable with being uncomfortable. And I know that sounds cliche, but I'm just very happy with my growth. And I hope that from this video, you guys got to understand where I came from and understand that, like why I am happy with my growth, because, you know, it's been a long time coming. It's been like years in the making, and I'm only 27. So obviously I have a lot more things to learn, a lot more growth to do, but the fact that I'm finally putting my 10 toes down and I'm telling God and I'm telling myself, like, honestly, not even telling, I'm showing up for myself and for God, and I'm saying, hey, I'm ready for this, you know, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it scared, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just ready to like be my true self authentically in all aspects, whether that's career, family, relationships, everything. Like I just want to be happy. So I know this one was a little bit personal. I wanted you guys to get an understanding of everything for me and my voice and my terms in my head. But as I continue to document this like mental health journey and everything, you guys will probably start to see topics that resonate a little bit more with you and things that you may want to know about from me personally, or just like you may be struggling with it yourself and you're like, okay, no, let me hear her opinion on that topic, because it might be something that like really resonates with me. So thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.